Having a great day in retirement isn't the same as a great day when you're working. When you're moving into your second act, it's not about checking the boxes anymore. It becomes about something totally different. So today I'm going to talk about how I spend my day, and hopefully it'll inspire you to how to shape your day in retirement. So hi, I'm Julianne Price with Life Edit and Design, and I am a second act coach. I help you navigate retirement so that you can love it. And I hope that these videos help you get inspiration and not feel so alone and find solutions to some of the biggest problems that you have in retirement. So today, let's talk about how I spend my day. And if you don't think you need a planner in retirement, I hope that this video convinces you that you do, that it's fun to have a planner and it's fun to have that blank canvas. I have a saying that says, approach your day as an artist and live your day like a promise that you make to yourself. So the things that you put on that blank canvas are promises that you are making to yourself to how to live your life. So as you're moving into this second act, it's not so much about being productive. Like productivity kind of goes out the window. I love the feeling of having a productive day, but I don't have a productive day for the sake of checking boxes anymore. I have a productive day for feeling like I'm growing as a person. Did I challenge myself? I have a big goal for the year, and that's to step out of my comfort zone. So as I'm planning my months, my weeks, my days, it's like, do I have that aspect worked in there? Do I have something that's going to get me out of my comfort zone today or this week? And that better be a heck yes. So the first thing that I'll tell you as I plan my day is, again, having that overarching mantra of what am I going to do? And then I'm always looking at different ingredients in my day. So do I have a physical component to my day? Every person in their second act needs to have a physical component every day, every single day. So if you're looking at your blank calendar going, I don't know what to put in here, start there. What are you doing? Are you going out for a walk? And the walking at this stage is good for your body, but it's also great for your mental health. You need to be out in nature. You need to be out in your community. I have one neighbor who said that she's lived here for 30 years and she didn't know anybody until she retired and she got to go out for walks. And then she started to actually meet the people because she was somebody, she calls herself the garage up, garage down lady. Like I came home, the garage went down, I left in the morning, garage went up. And she said, I didn't meet people in between any of that. I lived here for so long and didn't know my neighbors. So getting out and walking is great for that mental health. It's great for a connection to your community. Find different places to walk and make an effort to actually remember names. This is so cool. When I go out for a walk, there's one gentleman, an older gentleman, and I say hi to him by his name. I remembered his name. I actually typed it into my notes because once I type it in, I'll remember their name. And he's just so surprised every time. He's like, you remembered my name. It's like a little treat to give him, but it makes me feel good. Like I took the time to remember his name. Now you get to network with people out on a walking community. So it's such a, people are like, how do I meet people? Go for a walk. You're doing mental health, you're doing physical health, and you're starting to connect and find new people. And if you walk the same routes, the same days, you'll get to meet those same people, but then you can mix up your route. There's no reason to say, I did a whole video on being stuck in stagnation, and I invite you to watch that because mixing up your walking routes is a great way to go. So part of my day, I start my day with a walk, and then usually I work in some other part in my day that I go for a walk. And for me, it's like, wow, I get to do this. The only other people out walking at noon on a Tuesday are other retirees. They're other people in your stage of life, or they're moms who are working from home or have little children. So those are great people for you to meet. They're people that are looking for connection just like you. You want to know where your people are? Go out and go for a walk. The next thing I like to do is I like to make sure that there's somewhere in my day there's a little luxury of some sort. For me right now, it's going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting a refresher. I love me some Dunkin' Donuts and it's affordable. Love it. But I always have that little luxury built in my day. I've worked very hard to get to this stage. So have you. Where in your day are you treating yourself? I have a budget that's just for treats. I have a budget for eating out. Those are my two luxuries. So I have parameters. I don't go crazy. I know what I can and cannot do. But within that, I have a lot of fun and I enjoy it. I take care of myself. You've worked so hard. How are you treating yourself? So that's the second ingredient. Take care of your body. Second ingredient, how are you treating yourself? How are you rewarding yourself for a life well lived? For the money that you saved, what are you doing now? Maybe it's just going out and getting a book that, every week you have a new book you go through. You have a hit list of all the books you're excited to read, and that's your little treat. It doesn't have to be something over the top, but there should definitely be a little treat built into your calendar. The next thing that I put in my calendar, and I make sure it shows up every week, not every day. On this one, I say not every day. And that is, how are you giving back to your community? And the one pitfall I will say is don't give too much. We get very excited, right? We're very productive, very hardworking people. Once we take a volunteer role on, we tend to excel, right? We're superstars because we know how to get stuff done. That was our modus operandi. And now, as you move into retirement, you might have a tendency to give too much. So, what I recommend there is just have a variety so that you don't overgive in any one area. I tended to overgive to my library, and it took on too big a role that it made it hard for the next person to follow me, and that wasn't helpful for anybody. So, to take a step back, but have some variety. Try on different things that really appeal to you, but give back to your community. So maybe you do that 2, 3 times a week. Depends on what you're pursuing. Maybe you're doing a lot of work from home that nobody sees. You're doing some data entry and you're giving back that way. You choose. And that's, again, I have an archetype assessment down below, a quiz. It's a fun quiz that helps you determine what really appeals to you, what energizes you, what drains you, and what your archetype is that you can lean into. And you have 3 main archetypes and they like to play together. And so I'll give you a whole report on those archetypes and your energy. It gives you some insight as to what volunteer opportunities would really light you up, what would excite you. But a lot of it comes down to just experimenting. So we're talking about how you're taking care of your body, little treats, little luxuries. And I have a romantic. That's one of my archetypes. And my romantic loves those little luxuries. So if you have that in your mix, you're going to love that piece. And so then the third one is how are you giving back to your community? And then the fourth thing that I put into my day is how am I going to grow? I love taking classes. Now that I'm in retirement, I take a wide variety of classes. I found that mysticism really is something that I love. The idea of universal, connecting to the universe, of how my mind and my body are connected and how I can use them. So deep internal work, but that lights me up, that turns me on. And if you knew me, you'd know alchemist was one of my types, and that's the woo. The alchemist to me loves to explore the mysteries of life, the meaning of life. And so that's one of the courses I'm taking. But I also take crafting classes. I'm learning how to just color as an adult with a coloring book, like all kinds of fun things. So that's another piece that goes into my day is how am I learning, growing, continuing to keep my brain expanding into new ideas. So that's 4 things that you need to put into your day every day. And then obviously you need to eat well. Maybe one of the things you want to explore is how to cook. And so you're playing in the kitchen. That might be a fun thing. But you want to have these main building blocks that go into your schedule, into your week. And so I also have a very big component for just playtime. Nothing productive, just play. That's where I get to read, or again, the coloring comes in, or just surfing around in videos. Like, I don't want you to get sucked into some kind of social media. I don't do any social media. Is it for quasi social media, but I don't spend time there. But I have a lot of fun just surfing around at ideas. Again, that intellectual side of me, just exploring what's out there. What are people talking about? What's trending. So I might be looking at interior design one day just to get ideas, or something might have just piqued my curiosity, like a term that I'd never heard of. My daughter was talking to me yesterday about an earworm, like how songs get stuck in your head, and just going down a little rabbit hole of what is an earworm? Why does it happen to me? How do I stop it? Do I want to stop it? Like, just taking something that perks your curiosity and just going down a curiosity wormhole is fun. And I don't look at it as wasted time. When you were being very productive, that might have been wasted time for you. But now, wasted time is just curiosity. It's just a fun factor. So as your day have a little bit of that fun, because something just so random might turn into a brand new passion for you, that once you just explored this, you went down this little rabbit hole, maybe brand new ideas came up, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden you have a brand new idea. So those are some things to put into your day. So it's not about wasted time anymore. The other thing that I do in my day is I take it slow. I get up in the morning, and it used to be, right, you knew how many minutes it would take you to get ready, to have your breakfast. You knew what time you needed to be out the door, how long your commute was, depending on how many lights. Like, I knew it was a good day if I could do my commute in 21 minutes. Like, I geeked out over this stuff. Now that I'm in retirement, it's not about how fast I can do things. It's about how slow can I do things? How can I just sit in my morning and just have a leisurely morning? And this took practice. So as you're going through your routines and your habits, start to think about how slow can I do them. My ruler in me loves to be efficient. That's one of my archetypes, and I love efficiencies, and so I have to work against that archetype. I lean more into my romantic archetype, that's into luxury and slowness and ease. and start to say, how can I enjoy my day? How can I have what I call slow Sundays, where it's just I don't do anything productive on a Sunday. I get up, I have a very leisurely morning. Eventually I roll into the shower, but it's not a rush. I like to do jigsaw puzzles on Sundays now because there's nothing productive about it, but I lose myself in it. And I do 500-piece puzzles because I know I can get them done in one sitting. I love that. So my day is about how can I really feel luxurious in the use of my time? How can I take things slow? I take longer ways. Some people are like, get on the highway and get to where you're going. And now I'm like, no, I want to take the side roads. I want to take the back streets. I want to take roads I don't normally take just to see what's new, what's going on at this end of town. I might drive out of my way to go to a different Dunkin' Donuts. Number one, for the curiosity. Again, I did a whole video on being stuck and too rigid. So I'll go to a different place. Just, yes, there was one much closer, but so what? I want to just take a slow, leisurely route, explore my communities, explore neighborhoods, go to different places, go to a different library instead of the one in my own backyard. These little things just help me have a luxurious time to my day. They fill my day in a different way because I'm not trying to be productive. I'm not trying to get the most efficient way from A to B. And since I don't commute anymore, my gas bill is much lower for the car. So taking these longer roads, taking side roads, more beautiful scenic routes instead of the more efficient route, I don't feel it in my pocketbook as far as, oh, I wasted so much gas. We're talking a few extra minutes, but I took back roads and I enjoyed it. And I got to see things, and I go to different stores just to see. I'll go to a gift shop just for inspiration, to see beauty, to see things that maybe I'll put on my Christmas list months down the road. I don't need them right now, but they're beautiful and they're inspiring. And again, it's just for the luxury of having this free time. You don't have to be productive anymore. You don't have to check those boxes. So how can you spend your day slower? Moving with intention, moving with awareness of that present moment. When you go out for a walk, it's not so much about the fitness of the walk, it's about enjoying the walk and listening to good music and seeing what's going on in your neighborhood and spending a few extra minutes talking to a neighbor instead of powering through. Like this, you get to take it slow in retirement. So I hope that gives you some idea. It's about leisure and not about productivity anymore. So that's how I spend my day. So you have your main blocks of doing something for your body, something for your mind, something to connect with your community, something for curiosity and growth and learning, and just play, something to just have fun. And that's how you fill your calendar. So yes, you need a planner because it helps make sure that you're doing these things. That when you sit down and you look at your week, yes, you're filling in your doctor's appointments or whatever, your hair appointment, whatever you have, but then you're making sure that you put in all these big, fun, luxurious things to do. And if you're feeling lonely or lack of connection, again, go through my playlist or my other videos, you'll see there's plenty of, I talk about all those topics, but these are opportunities for you to start to say, okay, I'm dealing with loneliness. What are some fun things I can do to get out in my community and meet new people and find a new role, a new identity? What ideas can I explore? What wormholes can I go down? Once you approach life with curiosity, you're really going to find that loneliness falls away, anxiety falls away because you're curious, and now everything's become a game. It's become exploration. And when you slow down and you take that productivity off and you just chill and enjoy life and start to wake up in the morning going excited because you don't know what you're going to do for the day, and that's pretty exciting. And you're going to fill in, but you know you have these categories and you're just going to fill in each day. How do you fill those categories? It becomes a lot more fun in retirement. And again, if these things are overwhelming to you, I'm happy to help you take the quiz, take the assessment, and maybe we'll work together in a coaching experience where I can help you, just having somebody there and help you navigate these things as you step into it and get kind of flex your muscles and learn how to be a great second act person, a second actor. Is that a word? To really enjoy this next chapter of your life. It's such a beautiful privilege, and I'm here to help you if you need that help. Again, take the assessments, and we'll see you in the next one.